What's up, guys? I'm gonna review the video called I'm Vegan But I Still Crave Cheese by Rainbow Plant Life.
I've been vegan for over 5 years, and this whole time I've been harboring a deep, dark secret. I still crave cheese. I mean, it makes sense.
Okay, you're vegan, which means that you don't eat animal fat, which has vitamins A, D, K2, for example, and then you crave cheese, which has those things. Surprise.
Cheese is creamy, salty, and tangy, and eating it releases an explosion of dopamine in our brains. And I know I'm not the only vegan who feels this way, because I asked my Instagram community what was the hardest food for you to give up when you went vegan, and the answer was pretty unanimous. Y'all loved.
But why would there be a food that's hard to give up if you go vegan? Do you never think about it? If veganism was in any way healthy or natural for the human body, then it would be supernatural for you to only eat vegetables, fruit, and whatnot, and you would only crave those things.
Cheese. But since I went vegan for ethical reasons, there's no way I'm going to eat animal-based cheese. Luckily for...
But if you went vegan for ethical reasons, it means that you went vegan, you starve yourself for man-made reasons, beliefs. It makes no sense to change your diet because of that.
Me and other people like me, there is another alternative, vegan cheese. Now, before you start laughing, because I know some of you will, I just want to...
It's the same as saying that Beyond Meat is an alternative for meat. It obviously cannot in any way be in a million years because it doesn't have any of the nutrients that the animal foods have.
Vegan cheese has come a long way, from barely edible to actually pretty dang good. So this week I set out to explore the world of plant-based cheeses, from restaurants to supermarkets to the home kitchen, and to share with you some of my favorite options, as well as a few easy but delicious recipes you can try making at home.
Yeah,
I live in
Rainbow Plant Life.
And we're blessed to have tons of vegan options.
Bubbles, rainbows,
everything.
everything.
Typical smoothies and salad bowls. There are also fabulous places serving vegan Mexican food and vegan Thai food, and even some places that specialize in crazy indulgent vegan breakfast sandwiches. So I figured it makes sense to start locally and see how folks are making vegan cheese right here in my own backyard. Well, not my personal backyard, but you know what I mean.
We are on our way to one of my favorite vegan restaurants in San Diego, Donna Jean. They're known for their vegan pizza and pasta, and I'm going to chat with the chef and owner about how they use vegan cheese on their menu.
I chatted with Chef Roy Elam, owner of...
Look at how cool the guy is. Tattoos, a Metallica shirt. And he looks fucking sick as hell. Wow. Really, really sick.
Donna Jean, about their decision to make all of their own vegan cheeses in-house.
When I went vegan, it was like late 90s, early 2000s. There was pretty much nothing, and if there was, it was...
If you went vegan in the late 90s, you would be vegan for over 20 years now? Sure. Right.
Pretty awful. Our concept here has always been make everything in-house.
To make the actual cheeses, Roy enlisted the help of his former head chef, Tony. And after talking to Tony for about 5 seconds...
Do you see a pattern? Who does that to themselves? Only people who hate themselves. Only people who hate themselves do that. All the piercings is literally self-destruction, self-mutilation.
I totally got why. He loves geeking out.
And then they go vegan to destroy their bodies even more. Hey, come on, like how blind can you be?
On the science behind vegan cheese.
Chickpea-based cheese, it is beautiful soft.
Shut the fuck up.
When you try to melt it, the starches in the chickpea don't like to melt, whereas the tapioca starch loves to melt.
It's pretty
yeah, because
clear
you're
that
making
both Tony
unnatural
and Roy
shit,
are
of course.
super passionate about getting people a cruelty-free way to enjoy the foods they've always loved.
There's nothing more frustrating than people saying, oh, well, if you don't want to eat cheese and meat, why do you try to make things taste like cheese and meat? And it's because I've spent my entire life enjoying these flavors and enjoying these textures, and I shouldn't have to give them up just because I gave up cruelty.
That's always been the...
No, that's exactly what it means, because the flavor is the nutrients that you're tasting. So you're giving up the nutrients, and there's no way to actually really imitate it. And it's just a mental illness to even try to go that far.
The goal here is to show people that it can be good and you don't have to harm anything to make it be good.
And their passion comes through in the amazing
can't look at that
vegan
guy.
cheeses they make. They have everything from a shreddable mozzarella that melts to a fancy pepper jack to a parmesan that grates beautifully. Oh, that is a really good, very convincing parmesan. This is really, really amazing. Reminds me of pepper jack cheese, but way better. And their cheeses are so good that even omnivores love their food.
No, it's like New York pizza. I can't believe how good this vegan cheese is.
Even if you don't have a local restaurant as good as Donna Jean in your area, do not worry because you still have some good options. Most supermarkets these days actually offer a pretty decent selection of vegan cheese. It's got a very nice creamy consistency. The only thing missing is some crackers. It would be really good with crackers. Max?
There's some fiber and anti-nutrients that will make it even better. Nice.
This is a fantastic combo, and it reminds me of all the times I got to eat cheese and crackers as a...
Does she have really bad dark eye circles, or is it makeup? But why would you put makeup under your eyes there? Or did she put makeup up here to blend in with the dark eye circles under, to make it all look dark, to make it seem like it's normal that it's all dark there?
snack, and I haven't got to do that a lot since going vegan, so this definitely hits the spot. The only thing that would make it even better, Max?
Yeah.
Do we have any red wine?
I think so.
Do you want to bring me some?
Sure.
Yeah, of course, most vegans are alcoholics. They hate themselves.
Red wine, vegan goat cheese, crackers. This is like my ultimate
Perfect rainbow
Next up, I'm
life
going to try these
in San
cow
Diego.
cheese slices from Field Roast. They make really good vegan sausage as well. It's the creamy original flavor, which I don't really know what that means, but it is sliced
As long as
cheese,
it's creamy,
which
no?
I used to love just kind of going into the fridge and eating a piece of cheese. And since going vegan, I've not really done that very often, but let's give this a try. I would definitely eat this by the slice. Bread, butter, cheese, medium-low heat. To make it easier for vegan cheese to melt though, it helps to have some steam. I recommend adding a splash of water.
Instead of adding all the animal fats, which could actually slow down the absorption of the sugar, you're adding all of the plant oils with poly and a little bit maybe of monounsaturated oils, which will cause incredible inflammation in the body. So you've got the white bread. Doesn't even matter what bread it is anyway, but this is the worst. And then plant oil. It's just so stupid. You're completely destroying your body from inside out.
To the pan away from the bread and covering the pan with a lid to trap that steam. And voila! Look at that gooey goodness. Grilled cheese time! It's got
Go
a
die.
nice texture.
Well, she probably will, actually.
This is a really good grilled cheese. It's got all the nostalgia I love about it. I used to eat grilled cheese with my mom all the time as a kid, and this is really hitting the spot. I've got everything I need here, except my mom.
No.
I wish my mom was here.
Hello. How are you? I like this. Even with the eyes closed, I can taste. But I would love it because my daughter made it. I cannot say no to her.
Anyways, back to the grilled cheese.
Oh,
It melted quite
it's
well.
primarily from
it in
India.
the microwave for 10 or 15
sounded
seconds
like
to
it.
fully melt, but it did get pretty nice and melty on the stove. Overall, a very good grilled cheese.
Oh,
That would be
Pakistan.
great.
I don't know.
Also, if you get a bagel in New York City, they're going to give you about 8 times more cream cheese than this.
Good.
This is a really good cream cheese. It tastes very similar to dairy-based cream cheese. It's got that tang that you like.
Why
in
would you call it
traditional
cream cheese, though?
And a really
If
nice
that's not what it is?
consistency. The only thing
Because
I
you
don't
want cream
like
cheese.
is the bagel. I have not been able to find a good bagel since I left New York City.
Why not make these vegan products that imitate animal foods and call them something else at least? Why call them literally what you want?
If you know any good bagels or even decent bagels,
Because
in
it
San
sells?
Diego, let
Because
me
the
know.
vegans will
If
buy
you
it?
don't have
Yeah.
a supermarket in your area that sells vegan cheese, you can still make vegan cheese at home. It's easier.
There
than
is no
it
vegan
sounds,
cheese.
and it's
That doesn't
actually really
exist.
fun. If you're a fan of saltier cheeses, you can try making tofu feta. It has all the same briny, tangy, salty characteristics you love about dairy-based feta, but without any of the cruelty. And putting this feta together is super simple. Start by making a marinade. You'll need apple cider vinegar.
That statement is so wrong in so many ways. For one thing, it's super cruel to humans to take away your natural diet to eat stuff that you don't even want. You're obviously craving actual cheese and then to ruin everybody's health. How is that not cruel?
Really nice umami-rich background flavor. The bacteria get to do their magic while this is fermenting, and the result is so good. It's really cheesy.
Really?
It's
It's so
really
good?
tangy. It spreads perfectly.
I thought it's
Also
just
works
good,
well
not
as
so
a
good.
log in
That's
the
kinda
fridge. It
convincing,
kinda
really.
reminds you of like that goat cheese you buy at the store. So if you have a little patience, I really recommend trying this one out. I know how hard it can be to get people to try vegan food.
Alright. It's nice that she can admit that she craves animal foods, even if it's just cheese. Obviously, there's a lot more. For them to admit that they crave meat is, of course, super hard, because then they would be eating the animal flesh, but they can say that they crave cheese because it's maybe not as cruel. It doesn't have a face, so to speak. But it's essentially all the same thing. You're craving nutrients that are only found in animals or any kind of animal foods, even if it's made out of milk. that's what this is all about. And they will try to justify it. They will try to find other foods to replace them, which is of course impossible. They may go on for maybe even years eating this kind of stuff until all of the deficiencies kick in. She already has super dark eye circles, is probably exhausted all the time, lives off of adrenaline. That will also not last. Eventually she will collapse. She will probably never connect it to veganism. She has a good channel going, so her income comes from that. I've seen a lot of vegans quit veganism over the years of making these videos. A lot of people that you would really not expect at all. And it's just the same thing, and people just ignore it all the time. What it comes down to is just realizing that nobody would ever quit veganism if it was in any way healthy at all. And nobody would even have any of these issues of craving stuff or looking for anything else. They would just eat some vegetables, their oatmeal in the morning, and some noodles and whatever, and they would be fine, and they would never crave anything else. Nothing. But if you do it ethically, and you don't follow your natural diet, and you realize that you only eat man-made garbage, then of course, maybe some people, realize after a while that actually this is all a huge trick, and a scam to say the least, and that you're playing with your own health as a vegan. Thanks for watching.